Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft server. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I am having a fantastic day. You may have missed it, but I put out a video on Thursday called Minecraft is Not Dead, and I discussed, that Minecraft is not dead, but that was kind of a Hermitcraft episode. It wasn't actually labeled as a Hermitcraft episode, but I was basically working on this wall the entire time I was talking about the subject at hand, and for a number of different reasons I decided to not actually label it as a Hermitcraft episode. But if you're interested in seeing that, go check it out. It was actually, the response was very positive. But anyway, in today's episode, I want to work a bit more on the wall, and I also have a little bit of a plan for right here. So I'd been kind of planning out the wall, and I planned to put a tower here, and I spaced out the wall and built it, and then I realized there's a corner right here, and I really kind of need a tower on the corner as well, and it leaves me with this kind of awkward, 3-section space right here. And I was thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? Let's put a gate over here. Let's put another entrance into the castle right here. But instead of a big, giant proper gate, over here with a gatehouse and all this other kind of stuff, I want to make it essentially just like a little door. There's a proper term for that type of door, and it was actually very common in medieval times to have, not so much a secret exit entrance to the castle. It wasn't that it was really a secret, it was just that, the entranceway was so small that it would still be very easy to defend, because you wouldn't be able to you'd only be able to send essentially one soldier at a time through it. So it was still super, super easy to defend. And that's kind of what I want to put out over here. But first, and of course we'll decorate it out and make it look all nice. But first, I think I need to actually work on the wall itself a bit. So the wall needs to come over here to the ocean. And then I don't know, I'm kind of leaning towards just putting a tower right here and having the wall come up and basically calling it good. My original plan when I started the season was to have the wall wrap all the way along the coast and head all the way around and link up with the other wall over there. And it was going to be a very, 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 very large wall. But the reality is that I don't think I'm going to have enough time to properly, build the wall all the way around, and then on top of that, make everything inside of the wall actually look interesting. I think we're going to end up having some, quote-unquote, unused space back here. And maybe we'll put some stuff back here. Maybe we'll think of something we can put in there that'll, fill up the space nicely. But I don't think we're going to have room to have a wall that basically goes all the way along this entire coastline to over where this one stops. That's a pretty decent amount. That's probably 100 blocks, maybe even more than that. And I just don't know that it's really necessary. I think we could probably just have the wall essentially run into the ocean, and then over here we'll have the wall run into the ocean, and then we'll basically just call it good. And then words are hard. We do still have to do stuff within the castle. There's a lot of green, a lot of grass left in here, and there's a lot of areas where it's just cobblestone, and I still need to do the texture variation, add more buildings, all this other kind of stuff. Now, as for 1.13, we did get kind of a little bit of news recently on when 1.13 is going to be coming. When pre-release 6 came out, I've actually already got everything I need to continue working on this wall. When pre-release 6 came out, the patch notes said, we're hoping to release 1.13 by the end of July. Ooh. So it could be a little while. It could be almost a month yet before 1.13 comes out. And in some ways, that's actually good, because it gives me more time to work on this castle and maybe get it a little bit closer to completion. But at the same time, I've also just kind of accepted that, like, if I don't finish the castle, then I don't finish the castle. It's not the end of the world. No project in Minecraft is ever truly finished, if you ask me. It's like, it's one of those things where, like, you never really finish a Minecraft project. There's always more that you could add or change or detail or whatever. And it becomes one of those things where you're like, well, I've done this, but now there's more to do. And like, for that reason, I really don't feel that bad about the fact that this castle will never properly be truly and completely done to the point where I, look at it at the end and I'm like, all right, the project is finished. You know what I mean? Although, then again, with that said, it's looking like we might have almost a month to actually finish it, so maybe I will be able to get it to that state. Maybe not. There's only one way to find out, and that's to keep working on it. So I'm going to work a bit on the walls. I'm going to get some of this stuff done, and I will be back with you in just a sec. All right, guys, I am back. I've been working on the wall a bit, and it's pretty good. I think we're pretty much done with the wall on this side. So all I had to do was put this in, and I had to bring it down. Now, the hill doesn't actually rise up to meet the wall, so we'll probably have to terraform this a little bit, but that's okay. That's fine. On this side, it's a bit worse. The wall is currently floating. But again, that'll be fairly easy to fix. I have absurd amounts of grass in my storage room. So we'll just basically terraform this out, make this kind of gradually slope up into this. I'm going to put a tower here and a tower here as well. And then that will basically take care of the wall. Now I need, and I got to fill in this tower, this tower. This tower, I thought there was another tower somewhere as well. Yeah, right over here. In fact, there's a whole section of the wall here that I started building, like back when we did the lighthouse, however long ago that was. And then I just kind of like forgot that it was unfinished. So I need to do something with this, here. And just kind of like build this over. I think I'm actually gonna go like that. And then I can properly put these where they belong. But I need to do this portion of the wall as well. And then basically the walls will be done once we actually get the towers in place. And that's a huge part of this whole... Oh, I fell. That's a huge part of this castle project. In fact, that's probably like the most important part of the castle project. Again, there's going to be a lot that's not really finished, I think. I'm just going to kind of have to accept that because like the texture variation on the back side of this castle, as an example, that alone would probably take me at least a few hours to get all this texturing done and stuff like that. Like, there's just going to be parts of this that may never get finished. But I'm sure somebody will download the world download when the season eventually ends and will probably finish the castle for me. So it'll be cool to see pictures of people who decided to take the time and do it. But anyway, I have to build these towers. And it's been so long since I've built one of these towers that I need to actually refamiliarize myself with the design because it's been so long that I don't actually remember how to build these towers that I designed forever ago. So, good job on that one, Self. Just you're a champion. Yeah, I gotta rebuild these things. But I think it should be pretty doable. I think it's just a matter of kind of figuring out. Yeah, I think this should be fine. And the sides that actually get the decoration, like this kind of cobblestone-y, this whole thing, that's really only the sides that don't have a wall sticking out of them. So, like on this tower, for example, I wouldn't need to do it on this side or this side. It would only be these outer two sides. And I have to do that for all the ones. The only one that's going to be a little tricky is this one over here. Because it's on a hill, like I had said, but it's also, like, look at the height difference. That's where the wall comes in on this side, and then it comes out all the way down here on this side. So it's going to be kind of like this weird height. There's going to be like this weird height difference, but I think I can make it work. I think it should be fine. So anyway, I'm going to get to work on these towers, guys. I will be back with you in just a bit. Alrighty, guys, I am back. It's actually the next day now, and I have finished 4 of the 6 towers. So this one's done, this one's done, this one and this one are both done, and I still need to do this one and this one way over here. But I think what I want to do now is I want to tackle this gate area door thing. So I've got kind of a fairly simple plan for this. I think what we're gonna do is we'll make 2 wall sections, one on either side of it, just like the rest of the wall. So let's just kind of build that up a bit, and then we want to do the same over here. Do I have more smooth stone? I totally do. Okay, good. Just making sure. There we go. And then finally, one right here. There we go. Okay, so there's that. And then I think, let's just get this in place. Let's do something like that and one of those, because I need the spruce slabs. And we'll just kind of build this bit over. Oh, those are going where they don't belong. Whatever, I'll get them when I go back down there. No big deal. And there. Okay, so that's all good. I do not have any stone brick stairs, so let's make some of those. And we want to do the wall here. Okay, well, I guess we're going back down. No big deal. Let's just throw that here. We want to go and do these wall sections like so. Do I have a... There we go. That one. Here, there. Oh, there we go. So we'll have a wall section on either side, just like the rest of the wall. You know, this design, pretty straightforward. We've done this one plenty of times together. Here, there, and one more. Is that right? No, it's not. That's too low. I messed it up. There, here. Right? Yeah. There we go. That's better. There we go. Okay, so that part's done. And then we need to get... Come on, fly. You can do it. And then we need to get back up here and do these upside down stairs like so. And finally here as well. Like that. There we go. Put stone bricks on top, full blocks. There, and then finally, just gotta cap them off like so. Do, and slabs like this. There we go. So that part of the wall is basically done, right? That part's all good. Now we need to deal with this part, and this is where it's going to get a little bit different. So, first of all, let's grab some stone brick, and let's just lower this whole section by 1, right? Then I think we'll go maybe smooth stone up like this. And we'll go like that, because the door is actually going to go in here. And maybe we'll go up like one more. I'm just trying to think, like, practically. I suppose we could put something like that. Right? Like so. Maybe we end up putting a slab here. And then getting rid of that bit. Because then this right here is going to be our actual doorway. I think I like that. And then here we would go, maybe we'll do like, I should have some more cobblestone over here. There's a little bit. That should actually be enough. I only needed like 2 more of these walls. We'll do something like that. Go maybe like this, make a little staircase. I fell anyway, because of course I did. There we go. And let's maybe go boop, 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 like so. Throw a torch here, just for a little lighting. And then we'll put the facade, the stone, the smooth stone facade, or whatever you'd want to call it, back there. So ultimately, it will look something like this. And I think that's good. Do I maybe want to do... No. No, I don't. I like it better the way it was. Let's go there. Awesome. Okay, now we need a door. And I think we'll just do a spruce door like that. Because this is essentially an exit out of the castle, but it's supposed to be very, very thin. It's one of those ones where, like, you don't necessarily, like, you're not gonna be attacking the castle through this door because it's so thin that you wouldn't actually be able to take an army through it. Like, it's just not a big enough entranceway, right? So you can maybe do something like that. And it's just a way in and out of the castle. We got towers on either side. It's a little bit, it breaks up the general, like, pattern a little bit and just adds something a little bit more interesting. And I think I'm fairly happy with it. Now, the next step, I think, is probably to terraform the area around this wall. Because we've got this, the wall is, like, pretty much done at this point. Other than those couple of towers that I mentioned before that I still have to do. The one over there and then the one way over there by the sea. So I'm thinking that we probably want to take care of that. Also, you know what? While I'm thinking about it, let's just come up here real quick and fix this. Can I reach? Nope, can't reach that one. Okay, we'll just boop, 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 boop. Okay, good. Just that hole specifically has been bothering me for a while. Apparently, when Scar and Cub pranked the cathedral, there was a creeper, and that's a creeper hole. But either way, it's fixed now. Okay, so anyway, let's put a whole bunch of stuff into shulker boxes, because I don't need any of these resources anymore right this second. I'll need them again eventually, but not right now. And I think what we want to do is go grab just a ton of grass. So let's swing over here, open up our secret entrance to the storage room. How much grass do I actually have? Quite a bit. We're totally fine for grass. We've got like shulker boxes upon shulker boxes of it. So, and the other thing too is if I actually do decide to pave a whole bunch of this, we'll end up with even more. So it's all good. Okay. So now, grass is the thing. So first things first, I think what we should probably do, we'll take this grass, and I just want to kind of go along the edge of the wall like this, and essentially just kind of like outline where the grass needs to go, right? And the answer is it needs to go like along here. And then once we've got that done, we can kind of come back and fill this in. And of course, it's about to be night. Let's go sleep real quick. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Let's go and take a nap super quick. Like so. Looking good. Do-do-do. And sleep. Okay. Good. All done. And fly. Ooh, I'm actually running a little bit low on food as well. But either way, we'll kind of come along here. And then I think what we want to do is kind of make contour lines, I guess you would call them. So let's maybe bring this out like so. Maybe we'll go there. And then kind of maybe this one will go like 1. And we'll go like that, right? So this is one of our levels for terrain. And then all we need to do is fill this in, and as B-Dub says, don't tell Etho. Because we're not going to fill in this entire space underneath, because I'm lazy. That's basically what it boils down to. And technically, like, I suppose I could... I probably do have enough dirt and grass to actually do that, but, like, why? Just, I don't see the purpose. But we will light it up, I think, just to make sure things don't spawn down here. Okay, so that's good. Then, let's actually maybe bring that out a little bit more, like so. And then we'll kind of bring this one along here. And we're going to sort of do the same thing, right? Except this contour line, I think, is going to come maybe like here and like so. And let's just toss a torch there and here. I don't know if it's going to be completely lit up underneath the or underneath this giant mess of grass that we're building, but it will be lit up enough. So there we go. Now we have a little bit more of like a gradually sloping hill. We'd probably want to come back here eventually and add like some bone meal or something like that, but I'll worry about that later. Same goes for like all this stone. This stone I'll want to replace with grass at some point as well, but I don't think it's necessary to do that right this very second. So now, the next step is to do essentially the same thing, except up here. Let's go like there, right? And maybe we want to get rid of those and go like here. I do have a little bit of nope, those are all stairs. I don't have any actual stone brick on me, but I'll want to probably fill that in with stone brick right here. These 2 blocks. In fact, we could maybe... Well, I don't think we can actually steal any stone bricks from anywhere, but whatever. Then we'll kind of bring that over here. And like so. And like so, right? So these are essentially the terrain levels that we need to work with. And maybe we take that one back a bit and go like here, right? And then all we need to do is essentially extend this tower down by an extra one. But doing that, then we need to kind of bring this whole hill out a ways. So maybe we go like here and then out like 3. We don't want this to be like perfectly circular or anything like that. But we do want it to have like some sort of a semi-rounded shape, I guess you would say. Like we want it to kind of come over here maybe. And then maybe like there, right? So then like this would be a contour line. We'd end up probably extending this hill out as well a bit. So like maybe we'd start, I don't know, here-ish. Kind of bring it out, kind of bring it over like that. And then maybe here is where it would kind of turn. And maybe turn again like here-ish. We don't want it to be perfect, but we also don't want it to be super obvious that this is like, we want to try and like recreate natural Minecraft terrain generation, if that makes any sense. We want it to look like this was completely built with the terrain rather than having the structure built and then essentially saying like, okay, well, this is how the game generated and we built the structure, rather than, you know, we built the structure and then made the terrain match it. So something along these lines, maybe. I think that could work. Maybe build that one out like a little bit more. There we go. Like that seems pretty good right here. Especially once we get back over here a bit more. We'll take a look at it together in just a second. There. And then finally there, right? So something like this. And the idea is every level, obviously, we're going to go down a little bit more. But by the time it's all done, it will look fairly natural and it will blend with the rest of the terrain. Like this whole little kind of valley here is going to end up basically just being covered up. And we'll throw some torches and stuff like that back here to kind of keep all sorts of nasty things from spawning. But, you know, there's only so much that we need to do in that regard, because no matter what, we're going to have, this is all going to be covered up. You're not going to see like any of it. That's the ultimate goal, is to just basically hide all of this space underneath and have a hill that kind of gradually rolls down, so that the wall looks like it's not floating in the air. Obviously, we don't want the wall to float in the air. So let me get some more work on this done, guys. I'll be back with you in just a minute. All right, guys, I am back. Check it out. It's looking good. It's actually looking like pretty natural, I think. Like this is basically what I wanted. I do see like a couple places, like maybe right there, and then we'll like extend that out just a little bit. But for the most part, I think, yeah, I think that looks good. I'm totally good with this. This is fine. Let's kind of clean up this bit a little, just so this isn't so, right now this does not look very good right here. I just want to kind of do something like that. There we go. And then maybe we'll get rid of these little bits here. And probably get rid of that whole section and fill that one. There. I think that's good. And this looks so much better. So I think this portion of the wall is done. The gate is done. Like, all in all, we got quite a lot done today. But unfortunately, guys, I am out of time for this episode. So my friends, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.